Developments there in the Ayawaso East constituency, the NDC primary that happened over the weekend. How is the Elephant Party reacting to what's happening, and how is the party itself preparing for the by-election that the EC has scheduled for the month of March? Divine Otoo Agorhom is the Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party. He's my guest in studio. Welcome to ChannelOne Newsroom.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
By God's grace, we're doing fine.
You must be excited about what you are seeing in Ayawaso East.
The fact that we are done with the selection of our candidate peacefully,
which was undemocratic.
The elephant has always been, and we are ready for the by-election. For that reason, yes, I'm happy.
You didn't go the democratic way. You decided to choose rather than vote, and they have decided to vote, so they are more democratic.
No. Good evening to your cherished viewers. Coming back to the issue, constitutionally, our constitution makes provision for, National Executive Committee, NEC, to decide on the strategy with which we go into elections such as this. And the NEC decision is that we should select a consensus candidate that, because you remember, we were in the process of electing our flag bearer, so our time, we were time constrained. Again, considering what was happening within that space, NEC took a decision that we should select a candidate that everybody would accept, and we did that. We engaged all the key stakeholders, and that's the consensus candidate.
I'll come back and ask you how you are preparing for the by-election, but what is your impression about what happened with the NDC's primary?
Ordinarily, I would have said, Obi didn't fear some, as in, that's their problem. But it affects all of us. Honestly speaking, this phenomenon of vote buying is something that we must all come together and, approach from our, political system. It's something that, in a way, begins what manifests later as corruption. Because as it is, what we are, looking at right now, where an individual aspirant goes to the extent of, influencing voters to, the point where I understand some were giving motorbikes, televisions, and openly demonstrating it as we are seeing. Question is, from where is the person getting this money? If you have, such a situation where you may be tempted to go get money from places that tomorrow those who gave you the money will come, or you have to pay back, then whichever position you are getting to, you find a way of getting the money to be able to go and pay back. So it's something that we need to condemn. For me, my issue had been, why are they picking on Baba Jamal alone? That's the question that I don't understand.
Is that what you see?
Oh yeah, because the others also, did influence the voters, except that his has gained the media attention. Everybody is talking about it. So if they say they are investigating, and therefore then they should investigate. But you see, they've taken decisions already which points to some kind of partisanship. Because before even the conclusion of the investigation, His Excellency the President had gone ahead to recall him, which tells you that those who are saying that each of the various aspirants belongs to various camps within the NDC might be true to some extent.
But so the president gave him a job to Nigeria. If he didn't belong to the president's camp, he wouldn't have been High Commissioner to Nigeria. Oh?
Well, from my side, I hope you recall when Nanado was made the president. One of the first group of individuals he appointed was his own brother, Honorable Alan Chermante. Was Chermante in his camp? No. So politics is like that. Sometimes it's NDC business. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It's what they are saying that I'm also. But do
you think that the election should be annulled? That's what the majority MPs are demanding for in Parliament, based on everything you have seen.
Honestly speaking, I don't think so. I don't think so, because he is not the only person who did that. So if they are investigating, they should investigate the entirety of the process. And if the finding is that he's the only person, then fine. Or, of course, a lot has gone in, and to say that you are annulling it. Well, it is their decision. For us, we are ready for the elections, and we are only waiting for them to decide on who contests on their ticket.
How is Baba Ali doing in the primary?
Quite a good material to start with, and I would want to, congratulate all the key actors within our space at Ayawaso East constituency. He's a grassroots boy. An indigene of, that constituency. He's been a party boy, a former assistant secretary, rising to become the constituency secretary. This is his second term. And he's very humble. He's down to earth. The people naturally like him. Of course, he may not be financially as resourceful as, what we are seeing from our opponents. But I think that he is ready to engage with the electorate in a way that, they will see him as somebody who will give them the kind of representation that they lack all these years. So I'm very confident that he will be able to pull a surprise for us.
But the constituency is NDC, is it not? I'm not sure you have ever won it before. What's the assurance?
The fact that we've never won it before doesn't make it an NDC constituency. The last elections, you were here, NDC also won in this region constituencies that they've never won before. Yeah. So the voter is becoming sophisticated and unpredictable. You can't tell what will happen. I think we need to wait and see what happens. And you see, elders say coming events cast their shadows. What we are seeing in that constituency now clearly tells us that something might happen. In any case, every election is different, depending on the strategy with which, you get into that constituency. And as it is, we know the highest, percentage that we've ever scored in that constituency. So I will not openly tell you what the strategy is, but we think that we've picked a candidate that can help us, achieve.
Are you not just going to show up to be counted, but not necessarily expecting to win?
That's why I said that the strategy, will determine what the outcome would be. In some cases, you are going into the election to win. You know that this election, you have a chance of winning. In some cases, it's a 50-50, situation. And also, in some cases, you pick a strategic candidate such that you repeat until you are able. I'm a typical example, and you know it. I went into, elections at Sege, and I contested 3 times. Exactly. If I were to continue in 2020, the story would have been different. So it's okay. We are very sure of what we are doing. We have our targets, and I believe by the grace of God, we'll be able to achieve that.
What factors do you think would drive the by-election in Ayawaso East? What should voters look out for, and why do you think?
Fortunately, what happened in the camp of our opponents, will change the game for us. You see, things are working in our favor. I will not want to disclose all that here. But usually during by-elections like that, that's where you see intensive voter inducement, all right? But what just happened, in a way, takes out that one. I don't think that the NDC would be coming into the constituency with that posture of coming to buy votes. And I think that we are in opposition. I think that one will work for
There's
for
still
us.
goodwill.
It's all about message.
There's still NDC goodwill in town.
Well, you see, such by-elections serves as a precursor to what will happen in the general elections. So let's see what will happen here. Goodwill, yes. But you are talking about, before I entered your place, I saw on your screen, cocoa farmers who are agitating, they've not been paid. There are a lot of nurses who are, crying, they've not been posted. Some have been posted, they've worked over a year, they've not been paid. Some have been paid 2 months and all. That's how it begins. That's how it begins. So for us, we are just in our corner, and by the grace of God, we've selected our flag bearer already.
How is he doing? How is Dr. Bawumia doing?
Oh, yeah.
Is he getting time to rest?
That's an extremely hard-working gentleman that we all love so much. And I think the party delegates have done a very, very good job by giving him the opportunity to get back at it. And we are very confident that by the grace of God, this time, he's going to get us the presidency.
Honorable Divine Otoo Agorhom, NPP Greater Accra Regional Chair, thank you for joining us. My former friend. Oh, you are still my friend. We'll meet in Sege and we'll eat watermelons.
For sure.
And then we'll drink standard water.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party. This is Channel One Newsroom on Channel.